Hello! My name is Beowulf, but you can call me Bay for short. And this is a Draw My Life video, so there's a picture of me and my manly glory. Look at me! I'm king! You don't get much more manly than that. Look at that! So I was just off being a man one day with my beard, and I heard about this midnight stalker named Grendel. And he was murdering around a heath and a desolate fen, so I grabbed my sword gun on my boat, and over the waves with the wind behind her and foam at her neck, she flew like a bird. My wave flower, that is. Yeah, kennings. So there was this feast, and all these people sitting around and eating, when suddenly there was a knock-knock on the door. And it turned out to be Grendel, who was angered by the songs of the minstrel. He grabbed up 30 men from their resting places and rushed to his lair, flushed up and inflamed from the rain, blundering back with the butchered corpses, and they all died. So, with the king sad, and the beast haunting the glittering hall after dark, you know what happened? The Geatish hero and his shield-bearers approached the bearer of rings with his bloodworm and said, "Sailors brought stories of your plight you suffer in this legendary hall, how it lies deserted, empty, and useless once the evening light hides itself under the heaven's dome." And the king was like, "Thanks, bro." The king was overwhelmed with joy that I would help him. He called for his servants, and we sat down to a glorious feast with plenty of blood of the grape and bird of the feather to go around. There was a turkey, but we killed it. It was delicious. I totally called the leg and everything. After the feast, everyone was so stuffed from the banquet that they all fell asleep. Except for me. It was a good thing that I stayed awake, because it wasn't long before Grendel himself appeared. The bone crusher stomped up to the mead hall, attempting to sneak up on us. He threw open the gates and swiftly devoured one of my men. Your hero remained still, watching for signs of weakness. My men attempted to strike the midnight stalker, but their earthly swords had no effect on the beast. At this, I decided to entrust my strength, and began to remove my breastmail, took off my helmet, and handed my sword to my attendant. I threw myself at the demon, macho beard first, and wrestled him to the ground. A wild Beowulf appears. He uses arm ripping. It's super effective. With godlike power, I grabbed the terrormonger's arm and ripped it right off his body. It was awesome! I guess you could say I gained the upper hand after that. Why aren't you in tears right now? Grendel ran away with his tail between his legs, or more accurately, with his bone cage sticking out of his arm and battle sweat dripping down the entire way. Run, Grendel, run! Run back to Mama! These are the jokes, people! Hrothgar was so pleased with the removal of the demon that he threw a giant party. There was a disco ball and more food, and he gave us lots of plunder. And I was the star, of course. And we totally did this choreographed number, and I wrote a song, and we did the hokey pokey like 6 times. You put Grendel's right hand in, you put Grendel's right hand out, and you shake it all about. All was awesome in the kingdom, and I retired to slumber. Little did I know, however, that far more hideous and terrifying beast was heading for the pond. Grendel's mother!
Bum, bum, bum!
Avenging her son's death, she snatched up one of the king's advisors and consumed him in one mighty gulp. I was alerted of the human killer's kin only after the beast had left. I swore to the king that I would remove the demon from the land, and with that, I took off to the swamplands to confront the she-wench. I took my manly sword, my manly helmet, and my kick-monster booty chainmail, and made my way to the swamp. Unknowingly, as I approached the land of Cain, Grendel's mother stalked me. I continued on, despite my unease, to the monster's lair, and in my peripheral vision I noticed a sword glimmering on the wall. I felt an air of unease, and my premonitions would prove to be true, as the tarn hag tackled me from behind, and her horrible strength forced me to the ground. I tried fighting back, but she matched me blow for blow. I looked for the sword and saw Grendel's corpse lying in the next room. With my last ounce of strength, I grabbed the sword from the wall and sliced the demon mama's head clean off his neck. Thank God himself, because I was tired of breathing underwater. I laughed my victory laugh. I looked around. In rage, I ran to the lifeless Grendel and sliced the dread of the land's head off. His blood melted the sword, and I used the hilt to carry the lifeless cranium of the monster back to the keep of Hrothgar. Ugh, guys, I need a break. My voice hurts. Can we do intermission or something?
Okay. Whatever.
Fine. Until Matt stops being a drama queen, we're gonna show you why we didn't let Katie or Matt draw.
Intermission!
Okay, guys, I'm back. So, I'm back. As I was saying, Hrothgar was forever grateful for my heroism and was, of course, sad to see me go. My wave steed heaved forward, her foamy neck was fleet and buoyant, a lapped prow loping over currents, until we finally caught sight of the coastline and familiar cliffs. Soon after, King Hygelac fell in battle, and your great protagonist became the new monarch of the wide kingdom. All was well and good under my rule for many years, until the Fire Nation attacked, headed by a nasty-looking horde guardian. He hurled forth in a fiery blaze and belched out flames. The vile Skywinger would leave nothing alive in his wake. His teeth in consummate these, his one arm beefy, threw me into a deep anguish and darkened my mood. Dude was a real party pooper. The dragon had razed the coastal region and reduced forts and earthworks to dust and ashes, so I, the War King, planned and plotted my revenge. I knew that I could take that nasty lizard down with a heaping serving of justice and just a small band of men. So I took my manly sword and my manly chainmail and my manly helmet and my less manly Ari and my manliness, and we went to the cave of the mighty dragon. The entrance looked like your average terrifying cave with stones and...
Shut up!
Where was I? Oh, yes. So the entrance was so terrifying that nearly all of my men went running for the hills. All of them except for my main boo, Wiglaf. Oh, Wiglaf, what a brave chap. I was so enraged that I sprinted into the dragon's lair and, full cat's rage, stabbed that biddy in the soft and exposed underbelly. When a bit of lifeblood was spilt by both that stanky scaled scoundrel and myself, I had to tag out with Wig Dog so I could nurse the bite to my neck the beast delivered. Wiggy rushed in down low so that his decorated sword sank into the belly so his flames grew weaker. As soon as I recovered enough from my deathly wounds, I drew my knife from my belt and pierced him into booty, claiming the beast's life in one fair stab. The pain in my neck told me what I already knew. I was going to die, and my soul parted from my body. Wiglaf held me. I closed my eyes and...
His lungs collapsed for the last time. I knew that our great king and protector, Bay, had died. As the only swordsman present and without any heirs, I knew that I, Wiggy Diggy, would take on the title of King of the Geats.